A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know? Like Bird or Magic or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man? I get love out here in Harlem, man. I done sold coke on these streets, man. Hash, weed, heroin. As long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it. That's my gift in life, eh? You know? What? The fuck you laughing at, B?
You, man. Funny, man. You a hustling motherfucker, man. For real, baby. You fucking killing me, man.
Well, you know me, baby.
This is a subject that I've been wanting to tackle for a while now. And I figured, what the hell? Today I'll tackle that subject. What the hell is a simp? It's a popular term. A lot of people on Facebook and all these different, not Facebook, yeah, Facebook. Everywhere you go, you see simp, 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 simp this, simp that. What the hell is a simp? I mean, I've been called a simp for a couple of reasons here and there. You can't tell a woman she look good. You can't speak to a woman, or you thirsty, or you simping. You know, that's another one. Thirsty. You get called thirsty if you show you want to talk to a damn woman. So, what is a simp and what is thirsty? My definition of simping is letting a woman get away with murder. Like, just letting her, she coming with some bullshit, or she has some bullshit going on, and you just looking over. You just like, you know what, she's so fine, I really don't care, and I'm gonna ignore the bullshit that she bringing to the table. You don't check a woman on her bullshit. If she do something stupid, or if she does something disrespectful, or if she, chooses to, just be immature. And a lot of times, pretty or beautiful sisters a lot of times get put on a pedestal in the black community. They get called, and I think a lot of it has to do with, I guess, our I wouldn't even say our culture. We don't control our media. We used to have a lot of black media outlets, namely BET and things like that, and that kind of created an environment whereby women could get away with a lot of different things, because once these white companies like Viacom acquired BET, they kind of they phased out a lot of good things in the black community once they did that, because even our music has become compartmentalized. And what I mean by that is, unless you know who an artist is, you can't get to that artist. You don't, like, if I don't know who Childish Gambino is, why would I go buy his music? And if you go back and look at our music in the late 80s, early 90s, simping became popular. Babyface had a song talking about, I'll pay your clothes, I'll buy your clothes, pay your rent, your faith. As soon as I get home from work, I'll cook your dinner. You need a man. What kind of man will leave you standing in the cold? Stack of major credit cards. I used to love that song. I'm gonna be honest, I did. But as I got older, I saw the flaws in it. Just like I saw the stupidity or ignorance in NWA. That was bad. I'm just gonna do all these things for a woman. It's okay, and this is the thing. This is what simping is not. Simping is not showing your woman you care for. You can't take your woman on a date and people say, oh man, that's you simping. Damn, I can't take my woman on a date. Or, there's a lot of things. I can't compromise with a woman. I can't be like, well, she wants this, I want that, so I'm gonna meet her halfway. Are you simping? So therein is a dilemma, because a lot of times, you'll get called a simp for multiple reasons. one of my homeboys, Black Men Taking Back Our Communities, Mr. Black, as he likes to be called, is called. He told me, I talked to him earlier today. He said, "Man, I've been called a simp for just saying that black men need to take back our communities. Black men need to, be providers and protectors. The main shit that what women would expect in a patriarchy. Because if we say that we want a patriarchy as black men, then it's a give and take. If you want the woman to be in this role of being subservient to the black man, and you want to be on top and this and that, then by default you have to give up certain things. You have to pay bills, you have to protect, you have to provide certain things, you have to lead. Part of that leadership is doing things that a lot of guys aren't capable of doing. Let's just be honest. Not because of because a lot of guys don't have ambition. Just a lot of times in our society in America, I mean, you got certain cities where it's 1 in 2 black men are unemployed. They say that the unemployment for black men is double, or black people is double that of the national average. I think they've taken some of the people off the rolls. It's probably 30% of black men that don't have jobs. So out of every 10 black men, 3 of them are unemployed. I happen to know for a fact there have been times where I was in Montgomery when I was in my hometown, and a lot of brothers I knew, just about every brother I knew, was either unemployed or underemployed. So they're not in a position to provide. So what does that mean? Well, number one, I think it means that we have to first focus on that. I sound like a broken record. Power, wealth, and influence. Because, and this is the thing, getting a woman, you can acquire a woman. You can acquire a woman. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to compromise your beliefs at all. If you got the confidence, you can step to any woman and talk to her. I've seen brothers, like I said, that are not, that don't have $2. They'll have $20 that they borrowed, and they'll go step in a woman's face and get with her. I myself, there's a group, I think they're out of Boston, New York, somewhere, called MOP. What they're saying is money over pussy. I'm not finna be focused on pussy when I'm worried about my money. So off the top, I'm telling brothers, damn the money, damn the women, get your money right first. Why? When you got money, women will chase you. Brother named Brown Beasley came on my channel and put that under one of my videos. And I'm going to go ahead and reiterate that. You do have to have money first. Why? Because it's not just about women, but when you have money, you're confident. I remember when I sold a bunch of houses, I was super confident. Did I need those houses? Hell no. I got women when my ass was broke. I got women when I had money. I mean, you can get a woman. That's not difficult to do. But there are certain qualities within certain women that you want to, that if you want them, if you want certain women, then you're going to have to bring something to the table. I myself, I'm older. I'm not, for a woman in my age bracket, she probably wouldn't entertain a guy that doesn't. Now let me fix it. There are a lot of brothers that, I live in Atlanta, I've met sisters that are taking care of women. That are women that are being taken care of. And I can't function like that. Just like I couldn't function if I was on food stamps for a significant amount of time. I was actually on food stamps for 6 months. I got on them when I lost my comedy club and I was trying to get into IT or get another job. I actually went down there and got on them. But I didn't stay on them. I didn't go renew them. I could have, but that's just, I'm not cut from that type of cloth. I don't like being taken care of. And a real man does not want his woman to take care of him. A real man does not want to go out to a restaurant and the woman take the bill. That's not simping. That's dignity. That's pride of being a man. It has nothing to do. That's not simping to say, I'm gonna pay for this meal. Or it's not simping to say, I'm gonna open the door, or I'm gonna do certain things. If it's not simping if a burglar breaks in the damn house you laying there with this woman and you say, I'm gonna go fight this burglar, or I'm gonna go protect, my what's mine. We have to get away from this labeling. It's a damn witch hunt. It's what it's become. It's truly a damn witch hunt. It's to the point now, if you're a man and you show some sort of compassion, or you show some sort of anything towards a woman, you're gonna be labeled a simp ASAP. Why? Because nowadays it's just popular. Just like coon. If you don't support Barack Obama, you're a coon. If you didn't support Barack Obama, even if you point out certain facts that were true, people didn't give a damn. You were a coon. And conversely, you're a coon. You're a simp if you show you like black women. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I love black women. I don't need nobody to validate me as a man. I know who I am. That's the thing, brothers. If you listening to this, be who the hell you are. Don't let nobody tell you or shame you because you showing interest in a woman. Or I remember when I was young and all the pimping music became popular and everybody was talking about pimping before tricking off and falling in love with a stripper was cool. Brothers would dog you out for showing females feelings. I remember this girl I was talking to, brown skinned sister, thick, nice looking, pretty. I grew up with her in elementary, and then I got away from her. And then when I came back, she went away and came back, and she became a damn woman. I was like, damn, And she always liked me in elementary. We started dating, and I never forget, she was riding in the back seat with me, and she got out the car, and I kissed her. And the dudes in the front seat, my homeboys was in the front seat. It was like, damn, man, did you kiss her? I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? Oh, man, you a sucker for love. Like, that's what they used to say back in the 90s. You a sucker, man. She got you wrapped. Like, how the fuck she got me wrapped just because I kissed her? Like, that don't mean she can do any damn thing, and I'm just going to let her ass get away with it. That doesn't mean I'm going to let her. She didn't talk to me disrespectful. She was giving me cooperation. So why is that quote unquote the precursor? Why was I called the precursor of a simp, which was sucker for love? Or now it's it's to the point. I remember Snoop had a song on his interlude on his Doggy Style album, and he said niggas be brown nosing these hoes and taking these hoes out to eat and spending money on these hoes and all this shit. I tell a bitch, if a bitch, and I'm sitting like, okay, you Snoop Dogg, you done just signed a $1 million deal, you rolling with Dre, Jimmy Iovine, you got all this money behind you. You talk like that because you're in a position that you have acquired certain wealth. But we've all seen Snoop skin ass. Snoop ain't gonna just be out there talking to these women. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the thing that really gets me. I see brothers that talk about women like that. They'll say, man, this bitch, bitch is this and bitch is that. And I think if you look at the way that word modifies what they're trying to say, women. So they're saying all women are bitches. Man, bitch is this and bitch is that. To me, I make a distinction. Every woman ain't a bitch. Sorry. Every woman's not a bitch. I don't call every woman a hoe. When I was young, did I say, man, where the hoes at? Of course I did. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, man, I'm finna get on these hoes. I talk like that too. But as I became older, I understood. I said, well, man, every woman's not a hoe. Every woman's not a bitch. I don't talk like that. Are there moments? I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Are there moments where I say, man, these hoes tripping? Yeah, I say that. I have said that. But if you ask me to quantify that into words, I'll never say every black woman is a bitch or a hoe. I don't think like that. That's not simping. That's not simping. It's your, because, and I know women always ask this question, is your mom a bitch? Hell no. You call my mom a bitch, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. I'll probably try to kill your ass. You call my mom a hoe, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. I'm gonna probably try to kill. Every guy's like that. Every guy will fight you to the death about his damn mama and his daughter or his sister. He will fight your ass to the bloody end. So does that make you a simp? Because you fighting to the death over a woman. Oh, hell no. Everybody understands that's your mom, that's your sister. We understand that. So if I'm dating a woman, if we're in a relationship, why am I simping? That's the question I want to know. If I'm with a woman, what constitutes me being a simp? What it is, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is what my theory is. You got brothers, right? A lot of these brothers is smart. I never take that away from them. A lot of intelligent brothers. I never take it away from a lot of them. But they'll go out their way and say that all black women ain't shit, right? And I'll be like, well, damn. I'm not mad. I'm not. To me, I look at it like, okay, obviously he's angry. That's just like me saying all white people ain't shit. To be completely honest with you, I can understand why somebody would say that shit. Because you have a strong track record of 90% of the time, if you're a black man in America, you done been through some shit, right? But there have been white people, and I know this is sacrilege to say, because I am a pro-black individual, but there have been white people that did help black people. It's a very small, minute percentage, but nonetheless, there have been white people that have helped black people. And there are, and I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a rather large percentage of black women that ain't shit. I do agree. There are women out there that ain't shit. But when it comes to my women, because I love black people, see, I don't love white people like that. I don't. So I can say that shit and I'm cool with it. I get what you're saying. But you can't say you love black people and call every black woman a bitch. You can't. You can't say you love black people and say, man, bitches this and bitches that. You can't do it. These bitches ain't shit. Fuck a bitch. For the most part, a lot of women out here ain't shit and they need to be called on their bullshit. Simple as that. I agree. They do. I call them on their shit. I don't know why, when I try to encourage brothers to be men and try to encourage brothers to have some sort of wealth. Because see, when I say be men, when I say do the things I'm saying, it's not just for pussy. I know that's what people see. We have a over sexualized culture, and black men are where we are a lot of times because it's so many women giving their ass up for practically nothing. So black men don't feel like they have to bring shit to the table a lot of times. Man, you don't need it. And I blame the sisters for that shit. I'm gonna call them on it. A lot of sisters will fuck with an ain't shit, sorry ass nigga that ain't bringing them to the table, that has no ambition, that don't want nothing out of life. And now it's become so much of a happening in our society that a lot of brothers now feel like, well, shit, I ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta do shit to get these bitches. You ain't gotta do shit to get these hoes. Just spit your game. Look, I'm gonna say this. Spit your damn game. I never say don't. I will never. I had a video called Why Angry Man Was Right About MGTOW. In that video, I distinctively remember saying that you need to have game to protect yourself from the bullshit that is in this society. As a black man, you got all this shit. O'Shea did a video today about why black men are the most, the numerous victims of fake fraternity suits. So yeah, you need to have game to be able to see through this shit and see a sister on that shit. When you see it, call her on her bullshit. I'm the first person to agree with that. That's what I'm not saying. What I'm not saying is put these hoes. You see what I'm saying? Put these hoes, because a woman does not need to be put up on a pedestal. And what I'm not saying is put a woman up on a pedestal where she deserves to be worshipped. No, she comes in the door. From the jump, you need to see who she is, what she's bringing to the table, what type of character does she have, what type of mom is she gonna be. Is she gonna turn around and try to get me locked up? Is she gonna lie and say I beat her up? It's a lot of things you can say that these sisters could do that could fuck you up as a black man. So by all means, you need game. And when I say game, you need to have tact in understanding how to navigate the dating scene. That is foolish not to understand it. But at the same time, once you have these skills, after they protect you, then shit, I'm cool. Cause it sifts out a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of chicks that I disqualify. They might be fine in the motherfucker. Fine as hell. And I'll be like, shit, man, she full of shit. I'm gonna tell you this story right here, and I'm gonna close it off. This sister I was crazy about. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, she probably one of the best damn. This chick is probably the best damn looking chick I probably in my life that I've seen. Like, she up there. Like, when I say this chick, it's dudes that said she was the baddest chick in the whole state of Alabama. Like, she was that cold. And for weeks and months, when she started, she used to work at the gym, and I would come in the gym and she worked at the front desk. I would just come in, slide my little keychain thing, and go in and work out. I might smile, hey sister, how you doing? A lot of niggas was in her face, I ain't say shit to them. Now, in my mind, I'm like, God damn, you know. But I ain't gonna ever let them see me sweat. I ain't gonna ever simp and worship and be chasing and be thirsty and be running up behind her ass just cause she's pretty. I'm like, shit, if I see an opportunity, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna step to her and see what she like. So eventually, I came in one day and she said something to me. We had a little conversation, and she was like, oh, you a different, you know, we talked for about 20 minutes, and she was like, okay, you got a different mindset. She told me that. So we talked for a while, and I got a number. And you know, I called on the phone a couple of times. So I said, hey, let's go out and hang out. This is when I was flipping houses. I said, let's go hang out. She was like, okay, cool. So she said we'll go out like Saturday. I think that was on like a Thursday or Wednesday, whatever. So, you know, Saturday came around. I never called. I hadn't called her but once. I called her one time. She didn't answer the phone. I was actually out and about. So you know, later on that day I called her again, and it was supposed to be raining, right? So she answers and she says, well, I didn't know if you still want to go out, you know, you was right. I said, yo, it's cool, shit. We can go get something to eat, whatever. You know, I think we went to this little hibachi grill place. They cook, you know, they do all the little tricks and stuff. And we sat there, had a good little time. So I ain't think nothing of it, right? Next thing I know, I was going to get a haircut. And in the front of that gym, my homeboy used to cut hair. So he the one that kind of told her, he told me this later. He told her, man, you need to talk to this guy. When he was talking about me, you need to talk to my homeboy. He a good guy. This, that. He said that's why she started talking to you. He told me that later. I said, okay. So when we went out after that, I went back the next week, and he told me, he said, man, that first time you called, she was there. I was standing next to her, and she held the phone up, showed your name on the caller ID, and said, you see, your boy keeps sweating me. When he told me that shit, I don't know if it was true, but I didn't have no reason not to believe my homeboy. I stopped fucking with her from that point forward. Why am I telling you this? Because later on, I had another homeboy, and you know, I would talk to her and be kind of cordial with her, but I never really went at her hard after that because I saw how she tried to play me like I was sweating. Now, that's small, but that showed some immaturity on her part. Like, she didn't know how to handle. She wanted to build herself up by making me look small to somebody else, to one of my homeboys, right? And when he told me that, I stopped fucking with her. What's the moral of that story? I don't give a fuck how fine a girl is. I don't give a damn how big her ass is, how pretty her face is. And I ain't gonna lie, this girl was beautiful. Fuck that shit. You ain't gonna play me like I'm some nobody. And I can find another woman that look just as good as your ass, which I did. See what I'm saying? There's other women out there, but at that time, she was the most beautiful thing I had seen because I just started traveling. I was younger, but after a while, I went all over the world. I said, shit, there's women overseas that look just as good. I ain't got to put up with this. So it's women I met in Atlanta or other cities. But when you hadn't traveled and you in your hometown, for a lot of brothers, this girl may be the top of the line. And what'll happen a lot of times is if you have not traveled, if you don't got your roster up, you will simp. You will put a chick on a pedestal and put her above yourself, and you will allow her to get away with shit. And the problem is a lot of brothers are out here, they thirsty as hell. And thus, the reason why I tell brothers, get your money right. Because if you got your money right, you can change the climate. What do I mean? If your ass is in Chicago, and they like thugs, take your ass to Atlanta If they in Atlanta, if they acting funny in Atlanta, take your ass to Miami. If they acting funny in Miami, shit, get your passport, take your ass to Brazil. If they acting funny in Brazil, take your ass to other places. It's plenty of places. What I'm saying, brothers, bounce this bitch. Bounce. Go other places where sisters can't try that shit with you. They can try that shit if your ass is stuck in that same city because you ain't got your money right. That's why I say you need to get your money right so you can choose from the pick of the litter. You can't choose from the pick of the litter if your shit ain't right. It's only so many women that'll take care of a sorry ass trifling nigga. It's only so many women that'll take care of a nigga that ain't got his shit together. They out there. If they out there. It's women out there that'll do that shit. But for the most part, if you want to be able to hop a plane, fly your ass to LA and go and check out chicks out there, that shit costs money. You want to go to a black enterprise conference and meet a sister that got her shit together, you need to have that shit cost $500, plus you got to have plane tickets and all that. They are simping. They are worshiping these chicks. They are putting them on a level higher than themselves. No woman, I don't give a damn, because let me tell you something. A woman, when she is born with what she has. It's her physical body. So that she shouldn't get points for that shit. Like, what I mean by that is this. You can give up points and say, man, she's fine, she's beautiful, and that's a check on the list, right? But if she steps out of line, that shit count way more against her than her being fine. A woman should be disqualified. I don't give a damn who she is. And that's my rule. That's the rules I live by. And so when you say a brother simping, the simp thing to do would have been to call her ass and keep sweating her even after she disrespected me like that, even though I wasn't around. Even after that shit, I say fuck that. I'm not gonna let no woman play me like that. You see what I'm saying? So when people say, yesterday a homeboy of mine, Brown, come in and said you don't have a player bone in your body. I don't claim to be a player. Let me tell you something, fellas. It's all types of men out there. Every man ain't gonna run through 50 million women at one time. Every man ain't gonna juggle 1,000 women. You ain't no less of a man if you don't. It don't make you more of a boss because you think that you got 40, 50 women. I'm not, when you say player, my definition is I'm running through 15 different women at the same time. If you want, and I have done that. I'm not saying I haven't, but a real pimp, a real player will say, you know what? They'll be honest to the women, tell them what the fuck going on, and tell them, hey, I'm talking to other women. That's a player, not somebody that's just like fuck all these women, fuck black women. These bitches ain't shit. Because quite frankly, this really is my last point. I'm always saying that, right? Quite frankly, my last point is this: a lot of brothers have baggage, so they'll look at every black woman that has the same trait physically, which is pretty much all you have to do is be black, light skin or dark, and they'll say, you know what? These bitches ain't shit. And most black women are dark skinned. So off the top, you got a lot of brothers that say, man, dark skinned women this, dark skinned women that, light skinned. I don't make a distinction. I let your character, like Martin Luther King said, judge a person by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. And when it pertains to black people, black women in particular, I judge them by the content of their character. How do you treat me? I've dated some on-point dark-skinned sisters. Most of the women I dated have been dark-skinned. I've dated some on-point light-skinned. I've dated some women that turned out to be bitches and they was light-skinned. And I've dated some women that turned out to be bitches and they was dark-skinned. What I won't do is go through the rest of my life and treat every black woman that has those traits of either a dark-skinned or light-skinned black sister or a black woman in general as shit just because I got hurt by the women that I personally don't have the game to sift through. What you see is a lot of brothers that didn't have game or don't have game, and because they couldn't protect themselves, they got fucked over by some sister, and now fuck all these hoes. That's the mindset.